Happy 2020 or T20 or whatever you call it. And this is the first video from my channel for this year. And it's gonna be an interesting one because it's about Huawei Watch GT2. So you might be wondering, why do I do a lot of smartwatch reviews? Because I don't get sponsorships, right? So I buy these things because I'm in a mission to find so-called the best smartwatch, at least somewhat best smartwatch. So I've been using Amazfit Bip previously, and it was giving me a lot of trouble and I couldn't even use it at some point. My Amazfit Pace was still working even after 3 years, but I gave it to my brother, so I had to find a new one. And then this watch series caught my eye, which is the Watch GT series. Previously, the Watch GT1 had a lot of positive reviews, and then in October, the latest one got released, Huawei Watch GT2, and I thought, okay, let me buy this. But I couldn't find much informative reviews on YouTube. There were some first impressions, but no in-depth reviews. So I thought, I'll take the risk and I will do it for you. Before going into that, if you haven't already done so, please consider subscribe to my channel and hit the bell notification. It helps me, as well as you will get notified whenever I post something new. Without further ado, let's get started with the Huawei Watch GT2 in-depth review. Coming up. Let me not bore you with all the technical specifications because you can already find them on the internet and you can read them up later on. But these are the special specifications that I find in this watch. It has an OLED display with 454 by 454 pixels resolution, and it has 326 ppi. To give a reference, OnePlus 7T has 406 ppi, this has 326, so it's pretty close. And also this has 455 milliamp hour battery, and they claim we can last up to 14 days, like 2 weeks. We'll get into that later. And this runs not Wear OS but Huawei's own operating system called Light OS, and this is the first watch to run the Kirin A1 chipset, and they claim it's a very power efficient chipset. That's another reason this has way better battery life. The RAM of this watch is not specified, but it has 4 GB internal storage, but unfortunately you cannot store anything using a computer. You have to use the mobile application to do that. This also have a microphone and a speaker. That means you can get calls, you can answer calls, and you can also start calls. How do you call it? You can take calls and you can also answer calls in this watch. I will do a demo. So this can help to understand how the mic works and also the quality of the speakers. Hello.
Hello.
How's it going?
It's going good, great. How are you?
I'm good. I'm testing my new watch, and I'm calling this from my watch. So how do you hear my voice? Is it clear?
Yeah, it's perfectly clear.
And
I didn't realize that you're calling from a watch.
Oh, okay. So that means it's almost same as if I'm calling from my phone, right?
Exactly. Even I can, like, I don't think the watch is too far from your mouth because I can hear you perfectly.
Oh, awesome. Then thanks for the call and enjoy your PUBG time.
Yeah. Bye. Good night.
Bye. It means the microphone works really well, but if you hear properly, the speaker is not that good. It's not great. So I think if you are in a crowded environment, you will not hear the other person properly, but the other person probably will hear you clearly because according to him, it was really good. And finally, this is 5 ATM, in simple terms 50 meters underwater, water resistant. So they claim that you can do swimming in the swimming pool or even the ocean, but it's not for diving. I mean, it's fine. I'm not going to dive with this watch anyway. I've been using this watch for more than 3 weeks now. So these are the best features I've found and also made me happy as that I bought this watch. The first one is the battery. They claim that you can have 14 days of battery, and it does, but it's only when you don't use the always on display. Yes, there is an always on display and we will come to that later, but if you use the always on display, it will cut the battery life by half. Like, it will be only 7 days. So the first time that I got the watch, I started using it with the always on display and it lasted me exactly 7 days. At the end, it was around 5% of battery. When it's 20% in the battery, it will give you a warning saying the battery is low, you have to disable the always on display, but I took the risk and continued using it with the always on display, and that's why I ended up with the 7 days and 5% at the end. But I am also now using it without the always on display. It's kind of boring, but still now it's been 10 days. For now the battery is 45%. It will last more than 2 weeks now. Probably I will not use it without the always on display, so I'm expecting around 7 days of battery. The second best thing about this watch is the display. I really like it. It's very colorful and the colors are really vivid. But the problem is the screen to body ratio is not that good. It's around 60%. That means the larger portion of the watch face is a bezel. But if you are using a dark watch face, it's not noticeable. For me, I use a minimal watch face because it's also an AMOLED screen, and more the colors you have on the screen, more the battery drains. For me, I settle with a minimum watch face. For that I don't see the bezels much. But if you are using a colorful watch face, then you will notice it. But I mean, it's fine. It's not that bad. There is another cool feature. I think many of the smartwatches has it. It's when you are at the home screen, you can cover the watch and then the screen disappears. And if you have enabled always on display, it will bring you to the always on display. Why it's so important? We'll get back to that. So let's talk about always on display, because that's the third best thing I really like about this watch. And all you have to do is go to settings and go to display. You can find advanced, and under standby watch face, you can decide the analog or digital. I prefer analog, and it will give you a warning saying that the battery life will be cut in half. And also you can select a color. I prefer also red. And whenever the watch face goes to sleep, you can see the always on display, just like this. If you disable always on display, then it's a bit tricky. If you disable always on display and also disable rest wake, that means you will never see any notification. It just vibrates. You have to turn on the screen manually using the button. And if you have enabled rest wake, that means yes, whenever you get a notification, you raise the wrist and you can see the notification. But the problem is, even without getting a notification, you will still turn on the screen when you raise your wrist. It can be very problematic when you are wearing long sleeved jackets and the material is like triggering the touch actions on the watch. You can end up running 5 hours, because the problem is it does not detect if the watch is covered by something. It just turns on the screen. Whenever you cover your screen, it just turns off. That means you can also use this feature when you raise your wrist. How hard is it? Who are you? What are you doing? To save the battery life, I use do not disturb, because whenever I put my watch in do not disturb mode, the always on display goes off. That means whenever I'm sleeping, I schedule the do not disturb from, let's say, 11 p.m. to 8 a.m. Yeah, I sleep a lot. Then the always on display automatically disables. I never tried if it disables while I'm sleeping, because some of the watches I know that they automatically disables always on display when it detects that you are sleeping. But I couldn't really test it because I cannot test while I'm sleeping, and there is no one else who can help me test that. Probably I should put a camera and test if it's working or not. The fourth thing is the design. This watch is not the best looking smartwatch, to be honest, but it's not the ugliest one either. The body is metal, but it's not uncomfortable to wear it, unlike TicWatch Pro. It was also made with a metal back, but it kind of hurt a lot. But this, it doesn't hurt much, but I don't like the bump they have for the sensors, which kind of hurts in the beginning, but you get used to it eventually. One another problem that I see in the watch is there are markings. If you see, I don't know why do they put this kind of markings, because these are really good for an analog watch, but if you put a digital watch face, it looks stupid. So I don't know why the smartwatch makers do that. And it's also 24-hour dial. It's not even useful when you're using an analog watch. I don't know, it's just stupid. It has 2 buttons. The first one, it's kind of multifunctional. It also turns on the screen, and also you can go to the menu, and also whenever you are somewhere, you can press this button to come back to the home screen. And also it's a power on and power off button as well. The bottom button, however, it's customizable. You can, whenever you are at the home screen, you can press this button to get to workouts, or you can customize. To customize this one, you can go to the settings and down button and then select whatever the app you want. I have put it to workout, but you can put it to anything else. It's fine. The straps are made of silicone, but it's not uncomfortable to wear it. And also the metal buckle is also seems very rigid. And one small thing that I really like about this, I don't know, locking system is they have small, I don't know, bump in this thing. That means whenever you put, it's not like locking mechanism, but it kind of stays in the same place. So overall, I'm super happy with the design. That's a lot of features, but I have more. Bear with me. So let's talk about the features that this watch offers. Let's check what's on the watch. So you click on this button and to get the menu, so you have different applications inbuilt to this watch. Unfortunately, you cannot put any third-party applications, but I think this ecosystem works really fine with whatever it's already there. So you can go to workout. There are several workout options, and there are running courses. There are 13 running courses. Whenever you go to each one of them, it will show you what's the difficulty and what are the phases and some more information. So there are different types of running courses you can check. And also there is outdoor running. So there is a goal that you can put. So what's the goal? Distance, time and calories. And also you can put enable the smart companion. That means it will try to tally with whatever the speed that you're running, and it will kind of motivate you like this. And there is indoor running, there is outdoor walk, indoor walk, outdoor cycling. And in outdoor cycling you can put this option saying screen always light. That means it will show the information on the screen while you're biking, and it will be easier for you to track your activities. And there is indoor cycling, pool swimming. So you can put the pool length and how many laps you want to take. So now you can see each activity has its own settings, and it's really cool because I never saw this kind of a customization in any other watches. So it's really nice they have thought through this. And open water, climbing, hiking, trail run. Triathlon is a combination of other activities. Elliptical, rover and other. Unfortunately, they don't have any sports such as football, badminton or tennis. For that you either have to use other option or else start the Google Fit application from your phone, and then it will start tracking. It will take all the heart rate from the watch. So you can check the heart rate, and it will also give a breakdown of the heart rate zones that you were in. And you can see always more information on the phone app. And the activity records. This is my records for today. It's just like Google Fit records, and it will give you an overview of what you've been doing throughout the day and more information on the phone. It also tracks sleep. You have to enable True Sleep from the phone application, then it will track the sleep. It takes the heart rate and the movement of your hand, and it's quite accurate, and I slept a lot. It also measures your stress levels. It also takes from your heart rate. For the first time when you configure the mobile application, it asks for several questions such as what would you do if you come across this kind of a problem, and it takes this as the baseline for your stress measurements. Another cool feature is it has breathing exercises. You can set the time and also the rhythm of the breathing, and you just press on start, and it will guide you through several breathing exercises. You just inhale and exhale, and it helps you a lot when you are stressed or you just need to meditate. It also have a call log, all the calls that you have answered from your watch, and also contacts. This contacts does not get synced with your phone contacts, so you have to use the mobile application Huawei Health app to add maximum up to 10 contacts to the watch. So I put all my emergency contacts here. You can also control music. For now I'm not playing any music, so if you want to store music on the watch, you also can do that from the app itself. There is no other way that you can put music, or for example you cannot connect the watch to the laptop and put music there. You have to use the mobile application to do that, and if you do so, you can play music from the watch, but I don't do that, so I use my phone. You also can measure the air pressure. There is a barometer inbuilt to this watch, so this is the air pressure in my room, and also altimeter, how high you are, geographically. It also have a compass, so you know what a compass is. It does what it's meant to do. Also notifications, you see notifications from here, or if from the home screen you swipe up to see all the notifications. The weather information you can also check from here, or else in the home screen if you swipe right, you can also see the weather notifications here. Unfortunately, you cannot control or change the order of these tiles, but yeah, you have to stick with what they have given. There is a stopwatch. You know what a stopwatch is. There is a timer. I think you already know what a timer is. It has an alarm option. That means it will vibrate the watch and you don't have to wake up the person sleeping next to you. And there is a flashlight option. That means it simply brighten the watch face. You also can see the bezels around here. It's a thick bezel. Also, find my phone option.
I'm here. I'm here.
This is one of the most awkward find my phone ringtones I've ever heard. And also you can go to the settings. In settings, you can connect to earbuds. If you already have put music into your watch, then you can connect a Bluetooth headphone directly to the watch and you don't have to carry your phone when you're going for a run. And the display, you can change the watch face from here, or else you can, in the home screen, you can press and hold the home screen watch face, and then you can also change the watch face from here. The brightness, it's set to auto. And in the advanced section, you can say what's the sleep time of the screen, and also screen on time. It says 5 minutes. That means if you click on show time here, it says so this screen will last for 5 minutes unless you cover the watch. Then it turns off. You can also set the always on display. So it's set to analog. It will give you a warning, and the color is red because I like red. Then you have sound. For now I have put it into silent mode. That means it will not ring or make any sounds for any notifications, but you can also manually set the volume. The strength is the vibration strength. It has strong and soft. It doesn't have anything in the middle like mid, because the soft is too soft and the strong is too strong. So I prefer if they have added like a different level in between, but I go for the strong because soft is too soft. And do not disturb, that means you can schedule or have all day do not disturb mode if you are in a conference or something, and then during this time you will not get any notifications or vibrations on the watch. And also if you have enabled always on display, it will not be displayed during this time. It's a cool feature to save battery. The down button, you can customize what application will be started when you press this button, and I have set it to workout. And also system settings, you can restart, power off, or even disconnect, or even reset the watch. And some information about the watch. And that's it. The app is really good, but there are some, weird bugs or limitations in the watch and the app as well. We cannot interact with the notification. You can just read and just remove the notification. You cannot reply. That's it. You just can read the notifications. And this is the whole point of this watch, and I already knew that it can't do that. So I'm not complaining, I'm just letting you know. And there are no third-party apps or third-party watches. You have to rely on what Huawei gives. The only problem that I see or something missing is the Google Maps integration, because that's very helpful when I'm, let's say, biking and I don't have to put my phone up and check the path. In the Wear OS devices, I think also in iOS watches, you can just look at the watch and it will show you the way, but in here it doesn't do that. So that's kind of a bummer for me, but other than that, other apps I'm not missing anything, because it's also a minimalistic watch and you have to use your phone to do anything complex. I already knew it, it's fine. For you, maybe a problem. This is another problem that I saw on many watches, especially Amazfit. You won't get any notification when you have a call from WhatsApp, Messenger, Skype, or any third-party calling applications. You will get only notifications for SIM card related calls, like someone calls you on your number. Then you get a notification and you can answer the phone. But other than that, you don't get any notification from you. And another very small but annoying thing is there was an option in most of the smartwatches where I can define give me notifications only when the phone is locked. If I'm checking my phone and I don't want my watch to vibrate, it's super annoying. But in here, it's not implemented yet. Probably they will do, but I'm not quite sure because there are a lot of complaints against Huawei. People are complaining that the apps are super buggy, but for some reason they don't do that. So whatever you get on the phone, regardless of it's being logged or not, you will still get on the watch. Really annoying. No emojis or no support for Unicode. Why? So that's another reason I moved from Amazfit Bip, because it doesn't support any of these things. It just showed me question marks and some random text about what this emoji is. It's not that bad in this watch. For Unicode, it just shows dots, and emojis, it just doesn't show anything. There is still an issue of syncing heart rate data to Google Fit. There was a problem in syncing sleep data as well, but somehow they fixed it. But still, it does not sync any heart rate data to Google Fit, which is super annoying, because that's where I see all my stuff, my weight tracking, my activity tracking, everything. It's annoying. There was another bug, a connectivity issue I'm still facing once in a while, where the watch works, it's fine when it's connected, and you disable Bluetooth, and after some time you re-enable Bluetooth, and the Bluetooth connection get connected to the watch, but the app does not recognize the connection. Let me show you. Now you can see it's connected. Let me disable Bluetooth and remove hundreds of my notifications. So it says disconnected. Now let me re-enable the Bluetooth again. If we are lucky, it will get connected, and it doesn't. And we can quickly check Bluetooth connection settings. It says that my watch is currently connected and now it's get connected. It's super annoying. Sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. Let's try again. It says disconnected, and I'm enabling Bluetooth again. Well, it doesn't. Probably it happens when, yeah, now you saw, right? It says it's trying to connect, and then it says disconnected. But let's go back to the watch again, the app again. See, now it doesn't, and you have to manually click connect. It's super bad, because I expect I enable Bluetooth in my phone and everything, my headphones and my watch will automatically get connected, but it doesn't. I don't know, man. It's super hard with these Huawei people. They should fix this, because the watch is a really good one, and these tiny bugs makes it a bit annoying. Oh man, it's a long video, but finally we came to the end of this very lengthy in-depth review of the Huawei Watch GT2. So what's the smartwatch you have? If you have a chance to switch to Huawei Watch GT2, would you do it? And let me know why would you do that in the comment section below. And I will keep the links in the description for the watch, and also the screen projector in the description as well. See you in the next one, and have an awesome year ahead.